This episode's brought to you by mobcasting.org, where online content creators showcase their work. Hey, this is your host Anthony Dinar and your co-host Brandon Hayes.
Hello.
Today we're playing Turtles, The Legend Continues.
Isn't The Legend Returned?
God damn it.
We just looked this up. It's hard to keep track because this is all written in Russian, as you can see. This is another one of these hack games that we bought a long time ago. And it is pretty terrible. I remember, I think it was Retro Game Players played this the first time I ever saw it. And I remember commenting on his page that, like, this looks like a shitty Flash game. And it controls even worse.
Yeah. He didn't get very far at all. Like, we put some time into this, more than we should. Look at this hit detection. Like, he's just sitting still, and I'm not even getting anywhere.
But you said, like, Retro Game Players didn't put any time into it. It's like, I think he did. I think it was a long video. He just didn't get far because, I mean, look at it. It's garbage. Not only is hit detection really bad, but...
it's glitchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Commies put a bunch of, like, codes in here to trap you. Joking.
I think this is this first part of it. You were playing as Donatello.
Yes.
I said play solo game, see how far you can get, and then afterwards we'll play together, 2-player, if it even allows that, and we'll see how far we can get. So you were as Donatello for the first part, and it glitched out. It broke.
Yeah.
I saved the moment where the game just completely like froze up on you. You couldn't progress any further. So then we decided, okay, let's play 2-player. It does actually allow you to play 2-player. And we got farther, but it's still, we had problems.
Yeah, take a moment to listen to this music. This is totally Ninja Turtles music, right?
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
But when we play 2-player, it's so glitchy. You don't get music for more than, a couple seconds?
That was just
really
during
bad.
our run. If we tried it again... we might have music all the way through. Who knows?
But we reset it a few times because...
One time I tried to play as Raphael, the first time we tried to play 2-player, and my buttons kept changing. Like the jump button would become the Psy button. It just kept changing over and over again. Sometimes the jump button would become the pause button.
Yeah, in the directional pad. And I'm like, no, your controller's busted. It's like, no.
We did try different controllers.
No,
but no, it's this game. These games are just horrible.
Yeah, what's funny is you see my attack. It's the same attack over and over again. This is actually where it glitches out, and I have to just turn it off and admit defeat. Shredder wins.
There you go. There's your new attack. So, like, I guess you're supposed to have 2 different attacks?
Yeah, in the very beginning, you had 3 buttons on a normal Genesis controller. The first 2 were jump, and the last one was attack. And then at the very end, I had 2 attack buttons and 1 jump. It was weird.
Yeah. So, yeah, this game is such garbage.
Look at that fucking sword. That looks so dumb. That doesn't even look like the right sword.
Yeah, these don't look like the right turtles.
Yeah.
The whole thing looks like a really cheap animation. Like I told you, if we were watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force and we saw Master Shake playing this game, it would fit perfectly within that universe.
You know what else you said that is like super fitting when we were playing this? It sort of looks like Johnny Vasquez is artwork. That's the guy who did Invader Zim and Johnny the Homicidal Maniac cartoon, or comic book rather. It sort of does look like that.
Yeah, I wonder how many people know what that is, though. But anyway, so the reason we're playing this game is because we needed any Turtles game to play to give a little commercial to Soiled Restroom Cinema, because we were on their show again. This is like the 4th time. And we watched Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
Yeah. It's the second new one. Yeah,
the one with Bebop and Rocksteady and Krang.
So I was kind of excited that you'd see those bad guys, but they totally ruin it in that movie. What would you rather do? Play this game again or watch that movie again?
I'd play this game again because it doesn't last very long before it craps out. And then just call it a night.
But yeah, they were really cool. We went on Soiled Restroom Cinema. We had a blast. You could check that episode out at signalsoffury.com, or we just launched a brand new website called mobcasting.org. you'll see a combination of different videos that we've done, that other people have done, different podcasts. It's awesome. Definitely check it out. You can see the debut of us talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think this is the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that we played for TortureVision.
Yeah, well, because some of them are good. Like, we have Turtles in Time.
Oh, such a great game, especially after this.
Yeah, there's nothing bad to say about that game, so we weren't going to play that. We wanted something extra shitty to go along with the shitty movie, and this game more than fits that bill.
Yeah, and okay, so like that brings up another point, is like everyone's seen Turtles in Time. No one's seen this garbage. In fact, well, we did a few Russian games, unlicensed hacks or whatever, in the past, and it's a fucking bitch to get your hands on these. Like, for a collector, it's pretty cool to have, but all of these Russian games are fucking awful. And it's interesting that like everything I've seen so far, anyways, in the Russian market is all Genesis. So it's like they didn't have Nintendo over there.
Yeah, who knows what was going on, but I mean, a few people have seen this because I said retro game players have played this.
But like, I mean, you have to be, I consider, him pretty hardcore in terms of like, seeing these kinds of games. The average person doesn't even know this exists.
No, and they're so lucky. Yeah, so the, I forgot completely what I was going to say now. I'm in a pizza coma.
Tubular, dude.
We just by pure coincidence, we're
committed. God damn it!
It was pure coincidence. We had pizza for dinner, and I don't know, like a dumb fat American, I ate way too much, and now I just feel bloated and awful.
It's funny. It's like a lot of people are seeing us for the first time this year on YouTube for sure. And that's because we've been releasing podcast episodes of different movie reviews. TortureVision originally started out doing movie reviews, so we branched off and did video games. And so in the beginning of 2017, we decided hey, let's go back to some of these movie reviews. And it's been a blast. We've gotten some good stuff and some bad stuff, but also in a weird way, it's still good. And it's great. So like you could check that out at TortureVision.com or that mobcasting.org if you've been missing us, wondering where we're at. Because it's been a while.
No one's been missing us. Meanwhile, I remember what I was going to say earlier. So like the video quality of this game looks kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And that's because we had to use an actual Genesis to play this on. Normally, I like to use the Retro Freak because we've got HDMI hookup. And the Retro Freak wasn't having any of this. It was just a green screen of death.
Yeah.
So what happened is we busted out the Retron 5 and we tried to use that, and it was the same exact thing. So we had our third option is to use the Genesis, and so that's why it's kind of crappy. But I mean, hey, I guess it fits. Like, this game is garbage. Like, if it came to you in like crystal clear HDMI clarity, it would still look like trash.
Yeah. It sucks because like the game, you don't see it so much with these two turtles, but the one in purple, that's Donatello. Like, he walks like his fucking foot is broken. Like they don't do anything right. They're clunky. Like you said, the hit detection's off. If you pay attention, you got so much life. And once you start hitting them, they can't hit you because like you can hit them faster than they can hit you. But every single time, without fail, they always get the first shot in.
There's a couple times if you're moving upward and they're moving down or something, you can catch them at an angle where you might get lucky enough to hit them rare. First, but it's extremely rare. So as you're going through the level, as you can see, like the little green dots at the top of your screen are your life, and these pizza things are your health, obviously. I was going really slowly with the pizza because I didn't want to accidentally grab both of them or whatever, because like...
You even missed one once during gameplay. Like, it's so hard just to get the pizza. It's ridiculous.
Well, because sometimes these guys will move really quick and other times they're really sluggish.
Yeah.
And sometimes the entire screen will go really slow, like you're in syrup, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I tried to capture some of the worst glitches in this video, but I also tried to cut out a lot of repetition. Like this video is what, 15 minutes long, something like
Yeah.
that. The actual raw footage is well over an hour.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
had to watch this again, and that was painful.
Well, you only got what, 3 bad guy sprites? You got that little fucking metal rat thing.
You got those mousers that you're seeing right now. You've got the imitation Foot Clan.
Yeah.
And then you've got those giant robots that look like Hordak from She-Ra, which I've never once seen in any Turtles cartoon, video game, anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Another thing that's interesting is like the bad guys, when there's 2 of us on a screen, they're dead set on going on one person. And like right now, they're going after the dead me.
Yeah, that's why they're all fucked up. So like I decided, well, if I can't really attack them and they're not really doing anything, like I'll just burn my way through the whole level.
Like they just turned purple. Like
Yes.
they're part shredder now. Like what the fuck?
They're just glitching out, getting worse and worse. But and I figured like, hey, maybe I can hit one. But you know, it was great. It's rare that a glitch will work in your favor in this game.
Yeah, this was awesome. Yeah, it was. But again, you're seeing like slight differences in the background, but it's just the same fucking thing over and over and over again.
That's the game. Every time we got to the end of a level, if you will, we were expecting maybe this time we'll see a boss.
It's like, nope.
No.
And like you don't even know it's the end. Like in Turtles in Time, there was always like an arrow, like move forward or whatever. Like you would think that there would be more bad guys, like another wave, but you just had to walk off screen, and then like that was the end of the level. And we actually got pretty far. I was impressed. I mean, we had to reset a few times and start over, but fuck, man, like after a night of this, like I couldn't do anymore. Look at that! Look how patiently the other guy is waiting for you.
Yeah, it is total kung fu rules where like they fight the hero one at a time.
Yeah, they're like gentlemanly about it.
But yeah, so you'll see at the end of this, we almost got to the end, but
we were so close.
It turns out we were on the very like second to last level, and the last level is just Shredder.
Yeah.
And so we were almost there, and we had the lives, but somehow you died, even though your life meter at the top of the screen showed that you still had some life left. Your character just crapped out.
He's like, I'm fucking full on pizza. Yeah. I'm out. I'm done.
Succumb to a pizza coma, and then I was like, I can't start this all over again. If we had been able to work this on the Retron or the Retro Freak, then we would have had save states at least.
Yeah. And then like you could have picked up where you left off, like something. Yeah.
And everyone who's going to say, like, oh, that's cheating, go fuck yourself. This game is broken.
The only ones like that are complaining are like the Russians. Oh, you know what? That brings me up to a good point. So like while we were playing this, you asked a very good question. You're like, in all your pizza wisdom, no, you said like, like over there in Russia, do you think like they don't like America and like they make these shit games on purpose? And,
yeah, so it's like if the government is like, hey,
communism's bad.
Our kids are all about American culture, so like let's flood the market with these American looking games, but make them bad on purpose. That way, when the kids get a hold of them, they're like, this isn't so special. In fact, this is pretty bad. America sucks.
Yeah.
But no, I think that they totally tried to make a real game and it just failed. But here you go. Here's you dead with 2 hit points left. I can't progress any further. So that's it. And Shredder is like right around the corner.
Yeah.
We looked up a long play or something. And somebody, it took us like a half an hour this run to get this far. When you're doing it solo, it takes twice as long, obviously. Yeah. So the guy on the long play was doing it solo, and he got to Shredder in like 48 minutes or something.
It definitely glitches out more when you have 2 players than 1 player. So that's definitely like a little pro tip. So like in honor of being on Soiled Restroom Cinema, there was a couple alternate titles to the movie that I had that I didn't get to mention on the podcast. And if you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, it's like we were joking like, oh, it's like Hackers 2. Like, when did fucking Donatello become like a fucking jackass computer wizard?
Well, he was always good with machines.
Yeah, but like it was so much worse. And then we were talking about how like Vanilla Ice was like on the jukebox back there. It's like, oh, you got some royalties on that. It's like Vanilla Ice gets a paycheck. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, go see it now. It was crap. It was fucking a waste of time.
Meanwhile, we've completely run out of gameplay now, so like I'll use this time to show some of the IMDb pictures of the concept art of Krang.
Oh my god!
Which every concept art picture looks better than the design they actually chose.
What the fuck were they thinking? Like, they picked the worst Krang. Like, you know, he was always meant to be inside that machine, that robot. That was the purpose of that fucking robot.
But instead he's attached to some robot body through a snake-like appendage. The robot, it was trash. But anyway, that's this game. I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't watch the movie.
If you want to see something ugly like Turtles, like just watch a Clint Howard movie. It's so much better.